with SEO. Number one, make sure that we do build the website, because that's what changes it from a great business model to an ultra sexy, the best business model with the highest profit margins, with low risk. We secure ourselves in those positions and we keep our clients. So make sure we build those websites. Number two, I can't say it enough, but guys, if we don't pick that city and niche correctly up front, this is where you are going to get found out. For some of you that picked the city and the niche incorrectly and you haven't started building the website, here is where you're going to see how important that is. Because if you went and you were lazy and you didn't see, and it was kind of competitive, but instead of like asking questions and seeing if you should go into it, you just did it anyway. Now you're going to start doing SEO and your site's not going to rank. Eventually it will, but it's going to be 4, 6, 8, 10 months and you're going to go, oh my gosh, I can't get this to rank. And we're going to look at your due diligence and we're going to discover that it was actually way more competitive than you should have gone into. So I just want to remind you guys, the reason that I stress so much of picking the right city and the niche is if you get the right city and the right niche combination, and there's very little competition, and the people that are ranking for the terms you want to rank for have very little going on in terms of backlinks, in terms of content, in terms of how old their domain is, this SEO thing's going to be a piece of cake. You're going to think you're a genius. If you don't, I was talking to somebody today. In fact, I'm going to read the text. Let me go ahead and tell you exactly what it said. Right here. Talked to somebody in this group and I said, how's your ranking going? And this person said, ranking, but slowly. Picked some big cities and couldn't compete. Got to pick more obscure cities. And it's not about being big. It's about being competitive. What he meant was he picked competitive cities and now he's having a hard time ranking and he can't get his ad costs down because he didn't do it correctly. So I have to remind you guys, you can be the best SEO in the world, but if you pick the wrong cities, it's going to be a pain in the ass to rank. You can be an okay SEO, even a shitty SEO like me, very average SEO, and be very good at picking cities, and you're going to rank every single time, and you're going to rank quickly. So sometimes it takes touching the fire and touching the oven to see how hot it is, and some of you guys, you went through that, and you went, he's giving me these really strict criteria. Now you're going to find out why. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. For those of you that are new, as you're picking the city, this is where you're going to see if you really did the looking for layups correctly. Now, the beautiful part is, if you did choose incorrectly and it's taking you a while to rank, it's okay because you're still making money. Whereas all these other programs that we've been in and these other methods that are taught where you have to rank before you can even go and sell and before you can start getting leads, it becomes very, very expensive because we're not getting paid. So the good news is we're still getting paid. And if you're doing this correctly, you should have a 40% profit margin at the minimum, and it should just go uphill from here. It should just expand from here. But again, you guys are going to have those sites where it ranks really quickly and you're like, dude, that was so simple. And I just went from making $500 on this client to making $1,000. And I didn't even have to get another client and I doubled my profit. This is when this gets really, really, really exciting. But I just don't want you to get frustrated. First of all, make sure you're doing the SEO the way that we teach it and it's exactly how it's taught. And secondly, make sure that you go back and look, hey, did you do the due diligence properly? Did you look at the right keywords? Did you clear your browsing history and open an incognito window and type in the right keywords and make sure that the companies that were showing up weren't showing up every time in the maps, and the companies showing up in the map weren't the same company showing up in the organic? Did you check those things out? Did you look at the backlinks? Did you look at how much content they had? Did you look at the age of the domain? Did you look at those things? Or were you too smart and were you too good and you're like, yeah, screw Nick, he might whatever, but I'm just gonna do it my way. Now you're gonna see. So I don't want to hear complaints until you've done those things. You do those things and you can show me that you have picked the city correctly and the niche and you're actually doing the SEO. I will personally use my team to help you rank that website. But I'm gonna tell you right now that 99% of the questions that we're gonna get as we start to get into rankings is people not doing those steps correctly. And it's the same problems that we're having with people with the ads. As we get on and they're like,
hey, I'm not getting leads.
Okay, show me your cost per click. Oh, it's $8. Interesting. Okay. And you're only spending $20 a day. Well, Nick told me you spend $20 a day. Yeah, but he said less than $5. And you didn't follow the criteria for the city. And you went into the niche that he didn't say. And now you're saying this doesn't work. No, bro. I told you exactly what to do, but you didn't follow it. Make sure from here on out, if you messed a couple up, I've been there as well. Let's make sure every project from here on out is done correctly. And the ones that weren't, they can still rank. You can still make money on them. You just might have to be a little more patient. You might have to do some more SEO. You might have to do some more citations, and you're going to really see why this is so freaking important that we pick the right city and we pick the right niche.